Hi there, it's Christy with the Chirp YouTube channel. Today I'm here with a very quick tip for you about how you can practice commenting skills with some of the children in your life who may be nonverbal or minimally verbal. I have some tools with me today because I love to use visuals. I have tons and tons of information on how to use visuals to support emerging communication on my channel. So please browse around and see what takes your fancy. I also will put links to the most helpful of those in the information box down below this video. I'm going to show you two different tools that you can use today. The first one is an eye smell chart. Let me put it up a little closer to the camera for you. As you can see, there is an eye smell, and then there are some different options. I haven't gone to a great extent to do tons and tons of options because this is just a little tool to give you an idea of the type of thing that you could use. I have orange, flower, peppermint, banana, cinnamon, and lemon. Obviously, these are a different variety of things. You can use foods, you can use natural things, you can use oils and spices and all sorts of creative things that might spark your child's interest. The idea is not to necessarily make this a homework activity, but instead to make it a fun, interactive activity. If your child doesn't like to smell things, then this is not the right activity for you and your child or your student. But if your child really perks up when certain smells come around, or when he smells something in the oven, maybe you're making cookies and he smells the cookies, that would be a great time to practice this. You could have a thing for cookies and say, I smell cookies. And then you can look around and get some more things. Maybe get the cinnamon out of your cabinet. I smell, and we can move it around. I smell cinnamon. Then you can get a lemon out of your fridge and you can help your child say or point to, I smell lemon. This is great for labeling. It's great for teaching your child to have an interaction that is fun and meaningful. And it's great for practicing different smells. It's obviously very good to know what smells you're smelling, and sometimes our kids with sensory difficulties can't identify smells very well. This particular one is also very good for sensory input, especially if your child likes to receive input through the olfactory channel. Also, you can of course do this with sound. Here is my sounds board. This one is a little trickier sometimes because, of course, we don't know when a helicopter is going to fly overhead, or when a bird is going to sing, or when the telephone will ring. However, it's great to have this around. Maybe you have it in a communication book that your child has. Maybe one of the pages is I hear, one of them is I smell, and one of them is I see. It's great to have an I hear chart and an I see chart with you and go on a walk or go to the park or go on a drive and then practice back and forth between you and your child, or maybe you and your students. Practice labeling things that you see. I see grass. I hear birds. It's a great way to get the feeling of a back and forth conversation, even with kids who are minimally verbal. Once again, I want to express that this is not meant to be unpleasant. If your child is not enjoying this, then this is not a great activity. It should be meaningful. Whenever we're trying to interact with our students or our children, we should make it as enjoyable as possible, especially if our students are kids who prefer to be less engaged. The more pleasant it is, the more we will woo them into interacting with us, into more interaction, into realizing that people are fun and interacting with people is fun. That's what we want. We want interaction to be enjoyable. If it's not, kids are going to keep running away from it and keep avoiding other people. And that's not going to help their development or their communication skills at all. I did not bring my I-See chart with me today, but you can imagine it. It's very much like the I-Hear chart, except it has I-See, and then it has a bunch of different items that the child might see with her little eyes. There might be animals, there might be different kinds of trees, or light poles, or mailboxes, or a truck that she particularly knows. There might be different people. And you do not need to use the Boardmaker software that I have used to create this. You can take a picture of your child's eyes and use that for the I-See. You can take a picture of your child's ear and use it as I-Hear. And for smell, guess what? You can take a picture of your child's nose. And then you can just take pictures around your house, around your neighborhood, and glue them onto some cardstock and laminate them. Laminating just means it's going to last longer. I approve of laminating also because it's really fun and the pictures have such a nice texture when you're finished. I will link to a fairly inexpensive laminator in the box under this video because I think all sorts of things need to be laminated when we are using them on a regular basis, especially the visuals that we're going to be using with our kids or students, because we want to be using them every single day in order to make the habit of interacting and communicating stick more deeply in our routines and in our child's brains. I hope this video was inspiring to you. Let me know down below what are some of the things that you are going to use on your visual boards with your child or your students. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.